Shirvada Sausidi Makuru Panzadara Shasnadara Samanda Shivara Sausidi Shirvada Sausidi Makuru Shasanatara Samanda Shirvada Manjiravagan to Sumada Shasanatara Samanda Shirvada Sausidi Oh, Goravana Darabara, Mother Jero, and Somada Jana Jadana, Razama, the Jerabara, the Goravana Darabara, Mother Jero, the Somada Jana Shadana, Razama, the Jerabara, Goravana Darabara, Mother Jero, and the Somada Jana Shadana, Razama, the Jerabara, the Jero, and the Somada. The members of the Tibetan Institute of Performing Arts performing a traditional dance, and His Holiness is walking in the Tekjin Chöling temple courtyard. The name mantra of His Holiness Dalai Lama is being recited at Mean Temple. This prayer, long life puja offering, is led by Namgyal Monastery, and we have the representatives of the different Tibetan Buddhist traditions, the head lamas from different traditions in the temple. We have representatives of the Theravada tradition, waiting for His Holiness. His Holiness blessing the people as he walks along the temple courtyard. Theravada monks making offering to His Holiness. Gorabanda Rabara Mandajarogan, the Somaricana Sana, Darazama, the General, the Gorabanda Rabara Mandajarogan, the Somaricana Sana, Darazama, the General, Gorabanda Rama, the Jero, Somaricana Sana, Darazama, the General, the Gorabanda the Jero, and the Somaricana Sana, Darazama, the General, Gorabanda Rabara, the Jero, and the Somaricana Sana, Darazama, the General,
Solomon is walking into the Kali Chakra temple.
Oma Guravina Darbara Madajero, the Somadi Janashadan, the Rasama, the Jerebarzo, Oma Guravina Darbara Madajero, the Somadi Janashadan, the Rasama, the Jerebarzo, Oma Guravina Darbara. When the Somadi Janashadan, the Rasama, the Jerebarzo, Oma Guravina Darbara Madajero, the Somadi Janashadan, the Rasama, the Jerebarzo, Bara Mandajero, the Somadi Janashadan, the Rasama, the Jerebarzo, Gorabanda Darbara Mandajero, the Somadi Janashadan, the Rasama, the Jerebarzo, Gorabanda Darbara Mandajero, and Somadi Janashadan, the Rasama, the Jerebarzo. Gorabanda Darbara Mandajero, and Somadi Janashadan, the Rasama, the Jerebarzo, Gorabanda Darbara Mandajero, and Somadi Janashadan, the Rasama, the Jerebarzo. Gorabanda Darbara Mandajero, and Somadi Janashadan, the Rasama, the Jerebarzo, Gorabanda Darbara Mandajero, and Somadi Janashadan, the Rasama, the Jerebarzo. Gorabanda Darbara Mandajero, and Somadi Janashadan, the Rasama, the Jerebarzo. Gorabanda Darbara Mandajero, and Somadi Janashadan, the Rasama, the Jerebarzo. Gorabanda Darbara Mandajero, and Somadi Janashadan.
So we have Garden Rinpoche, and to his left is the Sakya Tenzin Rinpoche, and to his left is the Sherpa Cheche Rinpoche, and then there is Siddha Rinpoche. If you're listening, you may recite the mantra of His Holiness the Dalai Lama Om A Guru Vajradhara Bhadraka Manjushri Vagindra Sumati Jana Shasana Das Samudra Shri Bhadra Sarvasiddhi. Here we have some of the members of Tibetan Central Administration. And the Samudra Shri Bhadra Sarvasiddhi. 王九贤乐处菩萨意识，对自等电子加钱，如所这边见不着桥南白毛所话的 verse praise prayer to His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Now His Holiness walking behind the temple. The main temple, Shelling Temple, and everyone is getting ready to receive His Holiness. And this long life prayer offering to His Holiness was instructed by or advised or recommended by the Tibetan National Protector Deity, Nechung Chögyal Chambo, on the 10th of the first Tibetan month this year, 2146th royal year, which is the year of Earth peak, when Nechung was, as it's the tradition, was consulted every year. As it's being consulted, he's being consulted every year. This year he recommended to make an extensive offering of long life prayer for His Holiness the Dalai Lama. So accordingly, Tibetans inside and outside Tibetans from the 3 traditional provinces and the major Buddhist traditions of Tibet, as well as the Tibetan deities, requested His Holiness for his consent to make this long life prayer offering. And His Holiness gladly accepted this offering. And today we are having this long life prayer offering for His Holiness Dalai Lama. So that's the Pumbo leader, that Lama of the indigenous Tibetan religion, Bön. And to the left of the Bön religious leader, head of the Bön tradition, we have Changse Chögyé Rinpoche, Gosok Rinpoche, His Eminence Gosok Rinpoche, and then Gayenche Rinpoche, and now His Holiness touches Sayadaw Tenzin Rinpoche's head. And then we have Venerable Sharpa Chögyé Rinpoche, Gen Dorje, and Taisido Rinpoche, and the head of the Nyingma tradition. And then I think the Garden Tisu Rinpoche, Rizong Rinpoche is also there. He's always met him. The former Garden Rinpoche. Then we have the abbots and of different monasteries. Seradebonga, then Tashalhambo, Gume, and so forth. Here we have the former cabinet ministers and other former CTA officials, as well as the current officials, some of the current of CTA officials. And this is Namgyal Monastery monks leading this prayer. According to the Tibetan calendar, today is the th of the 3rd Tibetan month, the month of Kala Chakra, as it's also considered. So from the 7th to the 12th which is of the third Tibetan month, which is from the 11th to 16th of May, for 6 days, with Sakyat Goma Tenzin Rinpoche leading the ritual prayer. Namgyal Monastery monks, as well as Gyutu monks, representatives of Gyutu and the Gyuti Monastery, 45 monks in all, 45 people performed a long life puja for His Holiness. This is the usual praise to the Buddha, the 3 continuous practices. Minamgya, Dumba, Sangya, Chumden, Depe, Gyalwa, Shaikya, Tubal. This is the prayer which recounts the list the names of the previous reincarnations of Avalokiteshvara, including the 14 His Holiness the Dalai Lamas, and also reincarnations in India, and other incarnations in Tibet, written by the late Gyabje Trishik Rinpoche, Now comes the point of the prayer where Nyati Temple, the first Tibetan king, is mentioned. Todi Yensen, during whose time the Buddha Dharma initially reached Tibet, as it's usually believed, through some miraculous appearance of some scriptures. It's the Thanga painting of Amita Yus, I think. This long prayer is being offered based on Amita Yus ritual, which is called drawing forth the essence, the pure essence So this particular ritual for long life offering to His Holiness Dalai Lama was composed by the fifth Dalai Lama, Ngawang Lodsan Gyatso, and Looks like it's part of the 25 visionary teachings of His Holiness, the fifth Dalai Lama. The ritual is entitled Drumtsen Doje Radeng Togde Gyachin Ki Tsebame Tangma Jujin Ki Kone Simchung Tinshu Ki Chogjik Tang Jungin Nejur Lakubel Hendab Tache Patini. So this, together with the supplementary texts for daily practice, as well as for as a ritual for making long life offering in the Simchung, I think, which refers to the residence of His Holiness, based on a meter use named Tangma Judin, drawing forth the pure essence amid the use. Which is part of the thunderbolt sealed. The text sealed with thunderbolt and marked with drum syllable. Doji Ra Ding, which means Vajra spokes, which are standing. Open Vajra spokes marked with drum. This is a prayer for tea offering. Holding the different offerings as part of this long life offering to His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, our Supreme spiritual leader of the Tibetan people. This is a prayer for the sweetened rice, I think. This is the 17th Nalanda Master's Praise. Yung Gondun, Tabje Tingi, Denjun Ritu Samuel Seke, Geve Lunshin, Tejo, Ume, Jenze, Lutu, Shavas. The verse in case of Chandrakirti just finished. Namanki, Gesan, Duche, Tola, Dente, Jesus, what? Shandakshita. And next comes Shandakshita. And after that comes Master Kamala Shila. Senze Babemeng Mansu Shabla Sova de Jembe teaching then. And then comes the praise to Master Arya Sangha. Nidon Susun, Donamdi, Trupa Sense. Next comes Master the Omniscient. The second omniscient one, as he is known, Master Vasubandhu. Nomi Jinze. And then comes Master Dignaka, Master of Logic and Epistemology. And after Dignaka comes Master Dhammakirti.
ben senge zambo sowa Dua bunde bunde ledene donde yeme lojen zozo mano ledon denge jojo wa yende vege jala sowa lazo yende nove jala
Didian Jimmy Ringdo and there were masters Gunaprabha and Shakyaprabha, the masters of Vinaya, monastic code of discipline. And then, lastly, Master Atisha Dipankara Srijana. Sarlishe Juni Chonam Vichetamwe Yikis. Through this prayer to the 17 Nalanda masters, the crowning jewel of scholars and practitioners, may my mind be matured and attain liberation. Some Gombe, Parage, the Jetebe, Samne, about the La, Neb, Jingia. Never to be do Zijin, Bella, Shinda, Chinam, Tunga, Tenla, Chawa, Chebra, Short, the Kundo. Ve tu da so yom tambe kyru to pen zamlin sa chen ta to ze gyurchi de de la yom so ye lun ru nam yen ge wa go ban yu wa ni do ta gyu nam ga chi si dro ve dun je shu Yes, the seven Vajra lines of Master Atmasambhava. Guru Pema Siddhi Lapchamsam Pema Kesara Dongbol Yadze Choya Ngodro Nye Pema June Kodo Kando Mambe Keke Cheso Da Dote Chenye Lote Sheso Goro Pema Zere Oye Ye No Janda Pema Kesara Dongbol Yadze Choya Ngodro Nye Pema June Sheso Odo Gando Mambe Go Gege de Zo Da Do De Cheye La De De Zo Ma Zi De Da De De Da Ve Se Nyo Me Je Lun Do De Ve Se Wa Lo Je Do Ma De Shen Na So De Ve Go Tuvan Tuji Kyasa. This is prayer written by His Holiness the Dalai Lama to invoke the blessings of his Guru Padmasambhava. Habra Chison Desen Yapsi Eki Gom Tushi Gülme Şeşe Zeba Dünena Didiri Köge Tuji Gönvarası Bönşeyin Demen Gülcü Dunve Nar Ngedan Sola Cikbe Ngandra Şiş Dava Gövaye Cenden Ganden Bancı'yı Önde Mazaga Melekede Nak Çultan Allah Nyame Nyala Manzere Lava Gonje Zejem Dojede Eman Gormindeki Tude Detta dundor har sån chin. Dobdan dench. Get Lama shufu The 5 Dakinis are invited. The actual life ritual related with Amitayus, Taumachuden, bringing forth the pure essence Amitayus. This prayer comes from a visionary, a vision. It comes from a vision of Tolchen Kunsan Namgyal. Related to the 5 Dakinis to get rid of or overcome inauspiciousness. We have Nechung Kutinla waiting to go in trance. Karing. The purified state of pride, the lineage deity of the jewel lineage, deity of the jewel lineage, who perform the activity of extensive or increase together with your host. These are accept this offering of the five essential objects and get rid of the inauspiciousness of the southern direction. Please eliminate all the unfavorable conditions that come from the earth element and the affective disturbing conception of arrogance. And bestow the long life initiation, the precious initiation of the wisdom of equality. And make the Guru immutable, indestructible, and steadfast. Praying to the Guru, who is omniscient and who has transcendental wisdom, and at the same time arises in a physical form due to his compassion for all sentient beings, requesting the Guru to sit firmly on the fearless lion throne, as the object of offering of all the sentient beings. The Dagni of the western direction has been called on. Which belongs to the Lotus lineage and performs the activity of subjugation or overpowering. Asking them to overcome the obstacles or unfavorable conditions caused by the element of fire and the afflictive mental affliction of desire, and bestow the empowerment, lifelong life empowerment of the Lotus lineage, which is the discerning wisdom, individually discerning wisdom, and may the life of Guru be made firm, indestructible, and steadfast, unchangeable. Amen. May you live long for 100,000 eons, immutable. That is a prayer with regard to the body of the Guru, to live steadfastly, firmly on the indestructible high throne, and his speech fulfilling the wishes and aspirations of all sentient beings. With that quality, may he live long, and his mind being free from the four extremes, and having reached the pinnacle of wisdom and compassion, with the unwavering concentration, Vajra concentration, may you live long, may you live long. Darkening of the northern direction is invoked to overcome all the obstacles. Caused by the element of wind and mental afflictions of jealousy, and to bestow the long life of initiation. With the all-accomplishing wisdom of activities. Purified state of ignorance, the deity of the Buddha lineage. Who performs the enlightened activities spontaneously together with his dear entourage. Please accept this offering of the 5 central objects. Overcome the obstacles that arise from the element of space and the mental affliction of ignorance. And bestow the long life offering, long life empowerment the spontaneous long life of initiation of the Dharma Dhatu wisdom. May you, the sun, which has no rising and setting, but appears to benefit, appears beneficial. May you live for 100 eons. Eons. The ocean of eons. Sustenance for the flower, the lotus flower of Dharma and sentient beings. Sure, Nechung has gone in trance and now arrives. Nechung is offering a mandala to give it 5 colors scarf. There is a lay oracle going in trance. Nechung is talking to His Holiness Dalai Lama. Chang'a oracle is behind Nechung. And also Nyenchen Tangla behind the Ring Chang'a. Ring Chang'a Mar. It's not sitting Chama, that's another oracle from Ladakh, Kargil. Is offering a beverage to His Holiness. Taking the beverage himself. The Daki Oracle offers mandala to His Holiness. His Holiness offering the 5-colored scarf. Nachung offered katak to the images of Avalokiteshvara and Guru Sambhava. Also the Buddha. Nachung goes down. The oracle talked to His Holiness. Nachung oracle giving kata scarves to the head lamas. Ladakhi oracle making offering a scarf to Sikyong, the President of Central Tibetan Administration. And we have now next Nyenchen Tangla, another indigenous Tibetan deity. Nyenchen Tangla talking to His Holiness. The Lady Oracle. This is a long life prayer to His Holiness Dalai Lama, composed by the previous Zongsar Khenze Rinpoche Jamyang Khenze Choge Lotu. Noje damja doje tabu den zamje namchu chenpo shaben su ya ye ya wasum da yemen treba le nibo shaben su yesu sumla chokto mengan shen bobe dejin gebo yong su su yang da ribe chu yole namje chenpo shaben su sa gibe Jedrub lege, kolu chogyar bel, ngen duge, langbu leba gem, je mabe singe, shaden su, yazon yinde. Yanje nezo samen drishet, je shin son ngen zepa, da che changwash. Yaba kunge, nelu chagya che, sabsen yiso mebe. In this long life prayer, Jamyang Khenze Choge Lotu Rinpoche relates to His Holiness as the upholder of all the different Buddhist traditions. Geluk, Sakya, Nyingma, Gergyu, and also it says His Holiness has appeared in the form of a teacher in the land of snows, though he is Kalachakra himself. Maje Chagi Tenla Nyingba Tel Yenda de Wakunge Kepch. Timde Jatsu Wombor Shabden Sir, Eva Sumge, the Junson. Gange Jabe, Zinshi, Kolola, Lenshi Tabje, Lenger Tuba. Jabujambo Shabden Sir, Mended such a Hayo, to Dunlibe, Tochi, Sejabe. So this prayer begins by saying that His Holiness is the teacher of all the beings of the three realms of existence, being the emanation of or embodiment of all the compassion of all Buddhas. Nichiren Oracle consolidates the prayers of all the lineage lamas of the different Buddhist traditions, at lamas, and offers a scarf to His Holiness. Zimbe double job dance. Welcome to some moment long then get no on board ship dance. National peace me too cool. What you said. Projection so the ship so to the Sanjay or I'm never hungry so much. I'm never hungry. The miracle ship. The man the Shindachi. Mate Chagi Tinda in Bachi Tinda. Denzin Katsu on board ship dancer. The Bassum on you shall be she call Lord. Chamber ship dancer and the such a high to never touch it. Say Jabba. Is a herocape ship dancer that are born in the naked part from Shindu to one. To the Chimba Shum de Tissues and the Pajos and Hitch. And my items. It's another long life prayer to His Holiness. Bellum changes the verse prior to His Holiness to spontaneously accomplish his noble aspirations. Talk offering. Long mandala offering.
no bolanje jan damene le dan le bang aya yuen den da lam jo jo damene ye da rembo je wo san je je wa ma me ba ye lo do go lo rembo je no bo rembo Zemo rembo je lembo je lambo rembo je da jo rembo Mabe rembo je der jambo ye bombo ye ma jawa lo ma gara ma do ma dobe ma naze ma jaja ye ma da wa rembo je do jole namba geve gen Özuladan beye bence bezon dava mazan o meva zanje yedava Eda cincin zavadan givare ve bandellamadan bayon O demben ada kengoyun geve ombo danje kencen seva Cizin camben avan lozan yece denzen yazı Süzün van gözün ba mevede bezan böcen Dendan cöve göndo ceve Geva cidane cida gebado Dembara şubur sova
We are making this offering of mandala in order to request Your Holiness will live for tens of thousands of eons for the benefit of all sentient beings and as the Lord of the Dharma and all sentient beings. This ground anointed with perfume, scented water, strewn with flowers, adorned with the Mount Meru, the four continents, the sun and the moon. We imagine this, the Buddha filled, and offer it up to You. In the space before us, upon a line through, with the vision of lotus and sun and moon, may You live for hundreds of eons to make the Dharma flourish. And as object of our merit filled to accumulate merit. Now, Sajja Dr. Rinpoche
Shido Kibe de General Talta Pimbara Sambaye, Chese Beljo, Tumgara, Yuan Chewe, Tamata, Namba Tamse Kembe, Kesara to Zivara Torakul. She Tebe, Tlekebe, Tezike, Meto, Nombara Torve, Kele, Kalam Yambara Chene, Kapso, Babe, Slora Chawa, Tian Chiketo, Gombo, Chimbe, Kilamara, Ato Tamjo, Wetanga, Namdolo, Tundulam.
Rinpoche began with supplication to the three deities of long life. And Rinpoche quoted certain lines from Mahayana Uttaratantra Shastra, the sublime continuum of the Mahayana traditions.
Losala namba duwe bezin chambo, nga dizi jule, gyalsan na we pelto duwe, chime ke ngoche. Pabe norden la rawan do chechen, tenzin yonge chana keba dan chebe kole gyurwa, saten gyalten yonzo ke ngata. Suge chile ke sira tado chowe nganzo chenge, gyalwe wangbo namye, namya saba mebe. Samo chike kule maye shendo, chitara ishinge narbo rinpo che, wange gyalbo. Digo tada jungwa chita shindo durjan ge kamda wangbo tang samba tang pala nyal tang jeso tembar. Suge namro chang shala gawa jingi di tembar deba le tengi di girawa jitang. Chita ranja kanjemba yongge gyang gwanda bunye jiburo kirba charawa le min gendelwe.
The omniscient Buddhas, though they don't waver from their own realization, but out of their compassion manifest in the form of teachers to lead sentient beings to state of liberation, freedom, and omniscience. And particularly in the case of Your Holiness, Cheme tuye chembe dange, lidang gilgo gyatu chabda, kole gombo, harje sisi tugen. Kora lamye namde jamgen gyalwe wangbo, tamje kenjen suba chembo cho, gyoba tang tenge ledo. Tenge ne mena jiren jambalanga wa. Your Holiness, for some purpose and reason, we mention your name. Shizun jambenga losan ishe tenzin gyatsu. Tizon wan gyutsungba mpete pel sambo. So we, the Tibetan people in and outside of Tibet, of the three traditional provinces as well as the different spiritual traditions, Your Holiness the Dalai Lama, though in reality you are embodiment of the compassion of all the Buddha, as it's well known through prophecies. You were found as the unmistaken reincarnation of the previous Dalai Lama. Though many uncountable eons ago you became enlightened, as Chankirti says, the birds don't fall because the sky has come to an end. Similarly, though the emanations of the Buddhas are limitless, Aryavalokiteshvara manifested in the form of gurus.
지에 또 발상와 리베 길에 드무산게 근처에 라면 파보 직접 뒤에 스놈의 개발을 파서 송바탕 사와드메 길에 관계가
So the mysterious qualities of you are beyond the conception of even the Arya Bodhisattvas. So there's no need to mention that someone like me, an ordinary being, can fathom the qualities, your qualities. But as it is mentioned in many sutras and tantras, just being able to make offering to even a poor of your body is greater than making offerings to all the Buddhas. In Tibet and India, Avalokiteshvara manifested in many forms, such as Kyu Nangwa and so forth. And then in Tibet, you manifested as the progenitor of the Tibetan race. You manifested as many different Tibetan lamas and kings of Tibet. Lamas such as Sachin Kunga Nyingbo, and you have helped centuries. And that His Holiness the Dalai Lama went through the study of the great classic texts. Then the auspicious substances, 8 of them. To state for liberation, freedom, and omniscience, and particularly in the case of Your Holiness,
라면 남대 jamgen galwe wangbo tamje kenjen suba chenbo cho gaba tan tengelado tengene mena jiren jambalanga wa
Holiness, for some purpose and reason, to mention your name. Chitun Jambenga Nosa Tenzin Gyatsu, someone gets some Bambete Pel Sambo.
Gente se songba ta
我这种做结尾写作的当北三节目，我家的这么能怎么这叫你们到我人不接都做了能把结尾演。做老大没也变着别总做我马上我没把脏些也都我得到真正做我当给我这位帮的老马当把用作点边我到监管家位我不当这见证是我这阵江边我往路上一些等阵叫做四son往就总把没别的别上别见等当这位工作下位给我这张呢这张节把都点把它修把它说我特别来都健康为我都去这位等到结束之前的梦就生阶当投资我前边国内情谊老多所知
我表兄嘛是这 小什么区域当这边他的没得用呢，养老等把面到当这把我都周围过呢。理解提醒上了跑证，手机大约9了给的，他家场面这告诉跑呗，说了查完了。当晚给我广播传给南到了这的朝鲜等吧，跑到给我面到了去南把的下吧。他们来给我下边给我叫做的朝鲜下把的说了等吧当送来汤包呢。 大家能给点错，各点从的嘛这把看什么去给交不，这点讲不啷个往路上一些点点叫做，这种往觉得从把没别的，别了上边小俺那个点把不什么操把的，你别团多，这什么给三个他们这个土这最多对别让说，跑着抢那边面南头多，这什么南不达他边龙给这边家里王不。 他们这看见是吧？是的，正话到了人把它准备养水土，现在到了10千多，早就他妈青年呗。来不了小年出来交流养水多，你把的老多年边呢。这个多老边到晚上呗，我们老就罢了。看起来那么个天马没了，但那少了准备去了，我这都做一个呗。 到了这个老人别觉得我们多年看见很多别觉得可怕，朝鲜话，现在他都从把没把天呢，这个你学生把到，公布看你搞把多没别我说呢，咱们张松给跑到了身的，这些月亮那把它讲呢，都就当没几把些大年头，我把它做把它3个身边呢。 这个都老边到晚上边，我们郎就把来，那么个没别到场到不了没觉得，第二天让头身边到不了就天气。 老马当这3个3那么3个给，原来看到了他也嘛就到不人就说先送把到了，这边3个给原来了前面把他那么多那样前面边呢，跑着今日是往出这常州3把前边出送呢，我到了这边roll个他来吧，那么个其实那把第4多深圳给团这边出了，到这3毛多个把他3个跑过去多趟。 边面找我整个给拉萨吧，都给他也把那送呗，上我3个没钱呗，原定给他当场的，都不我话那给些把些给就有了，怕把那给讲这把他明年呐，大不说给3个给有来的吧，就没给讲，这个多包上网对呗，给了就什么3个跟前呗，拉面怕不直接。 这说那么开把它爬些送把汤，上网这面给了，看给搞把给的系统给把多进把汤，出这么送是吧？我们真正咱们3点了，年把它下，写了给把月，还有个承担北京给干把给这承把说那么吃，太搞把给的系统给把它讲把月， Lama Keji Temba Sonama Joa, the teacher Shana, Tedinito, Sangave, Chiro, Shesumba Tang, Baltiki, Kole Gule, Galba to Tomatam Jeto, Kunjo Sumla, Chabata, Soja Cheve, Tekape, Tedra Sange, Mitomte, Yandanga to Lamala, Tawe Yege, Yachana, Chodan, Tumon, Udumne, Tedinito, Tobaran, Guru, Shek. Do get danger to Malia, Baldan Lame, Tengi, Chashi, Kitty, Tamshi, Tebe, Gang, Galba, Cheve, the Don Changshan Tane, the Jenke, Shekula, Devara, Chebara, Sombana, Sonama Sobe, Tendo, Gombo, Choki, Namdara Samge, Micha Pale, Zati, Silva, Tamshi, Shuna, Tian, Kuchewe, Yendani, Tembandi, Wando Chana, Jambala Taki, Tang, Samo, Chema, Mebe, Kadam, Lekbam Sola, Salora Sombashin. Tembe Jangar Tamse, Kio, Nawa Nesong, Chegala Gawa, Palge, Parke, Jaga, Pabe, Yulke, Tura, Tomata, Habara Kadama Lebam, Le, Gekari, Gombo, Jendis, Ripema, Tonda, Ible, Ba, Shechawa, Losaba, Ne, Yultashi, Jumde, Kegi, Shingtana, Kegi, Durja, Neta, Kasa, Salora, Lungtan Bashin, Puyo Kanjan, John, Habara, Dulsing Dosine, Joe, Chanjo, Sembe, Number Road, Tomara, Mia, Doa, Pel. Hatodore, Yendenge, number rone, Tambe Chege, Unye, Cheja Sonzen Gambia, number rone, Sange, Tembe Solte, Cheja Tison, the Tenge, number rone, Galia Temba, Yonson Toba, Tageso, Deba, Nesong, Galenge, Roga, Tomata, Sian, Domden, Galia, Jone, Ngada, Nyara, Guru, Chong, Sajan, Kunga, Nimbo, Rogan, Chejalan Pabak. Sang Yudaba, Yasamba, Chemelam, Lasaba, Riso, Machebe, Tintinki, Kibo, Keba, Pende, Tatan, Toba, Tobe, Nanjo, Lasaba, Chanju, Sembe, Dega, Taebe, Number Road, Tuma, Mayimbe, Doshing, Kanjen, Jonge, Lujan, Namacheda, Santingi, Guane, Duba, Ta, Mamimba, Mimba, Tang. Mimba, Cholo, and Tebe, Nanzul, Samjake, Yule, Deshing, Labra, Katam, Lebamle. 现在希望上不着做了些松巴大了，这当年前边龙兴给土色，谁的大包顶给南城，他们这前把查那边嘛，今天就把把了上半年送的，送的我们也开给南巴的绕城。现在你送到东边家里往边可以成话，谁的成话到了什么全把它全的，东边东巴了。 等把你把全把代表等着鸡蛋，去把它烤啊，这边等着养了，搞成三节来，得把讲把马赛。天你们我都找我那么了，他把它在外跑着几天往着你。老人民小组所说的，大家跟面把那么给跟他，见面把那么给接受。到面啥也听来的是把那把俺拉谁的，也为么这不是么差别给了。 同到了这边说过少多一些，给了把忙不了那么多看别，给我他把这些这边做先多。他们边可话他打来，他对给你中他人民边找我他们家了，普及把到了在外国内浪的。这个多公布路中给这边设定了，今年觉得没给啥先多，原定跟给设定喇叭的送啊，先送把到了。 这点给喇叭就在那吃吧，都来等你给等着说说的特别喇叭汤，常州三边这把拉就把来，常州三边去那给这个，考虑正到那边让他们这些那边这些这家生，今天他们的这边查着了就是些送把到了，要了跟给这把这边拉那边常州给差多土给呗。 常州三边喇叭汤，这真正啥来？我这个他们这呢，就好多网购啊，来中国人有多一些，出钱给他考虑这个呢。这个全部做给我这个拍给我这他们这个中年所就把人家啊给当把的，当把什么做先多些。因为新年做了他，等别这把三什么工什么大，这边这把七九什么什么大，等给你给这把七九上什么给过呢？深圳给天把多没把这边看见那差别，给把滚给做那十三给大菜俺说完的。但是全部送到他店面上，全部都超过了他们家这边弄的当年给讲，当边看嘛人大给去做马尾包包，明明都做嘛，你说嘛这边你给这边做嘛了。看见给中所学边3年做到，你说嘛这边告诉他们年给没俺他到，碰把看就做多300。 原定就这跑路多3年，突然用这个大不了去了，三们那外头，跑路多前边工作他团团边长久3趟，到这台边你把他下巴他，我把他倒吧，他们这9月军训多，同年所些边，其中给考完同不了学。过去年天天看着那面那边他把他我说了些， 차방 담제 최신도 대화라장 샹라 편바라 셰베 화삼타 니로 출신도 예베 제랍게 dob게 랑게 제다라 센제 토냠소 셰베 최담제 돌제 로단 참바라 긴 미체바라 담바라 다바데 대한 소다게 dom바 턴도 녀와 남라 랍제 숨당 대전 계획자 남라 진주다 군산 라면 샤롱 타보 타겐 투바 공사라 람지미 최종소 바로도 쳔베 냠란타 갈와 초단 담바 남라 왕단 규단 명아 타예바 덴데 갈려 담바 타다 벨로르제 개발 발조 탐벼 상계 티게 콜레 민제 왕게 림바 파베게 요도 담도 마세 담네 샤노게 린장 토마라 갈바 초단 담베 korja chenpo deba la yang zalwe ngonzhen ketu kongma solan ya minga we ngotsalwe namtar to nga yoje ke dimba tan chaldik chado kan chungwa tamjeng tende dedab kona de chedon de chede zombe deba la tende ke kebe wangbo sikang jaye chanya dembar mise jen nyembe chabe cho tamche to chabe sonam tang sharam niga dembe dolja chame ba yana yando deba la gelze tendenge tinlen tebe zamlin tobe gyalsam jiburo kyoro shen konsa gyalyo wangbo choke tabge tuje tam kembe ishe songdo jube doble miye rike rintang kondor donan jege tuge tam chulo nampin jen tungden yongwe tujen nangyo tuge tam peki chedan rikshon tingzhong jege tuge tam payol nalende chige larso nangyo tuge tam제 대전단 제바시 누투레 소자 용게 초답탄 delwa rangjong kamge khoyo nyamge nedanla yongso kyobe lamdantan chege mingla tembe mite tabje ge chawa cheman to doshinba nam gabaran tane zamlin chulo ndami nam penjin ken zatin kombyal do deba ta labaran milo tonda ta ge logi zaje na shinjin ge pege chedan rishung minyam ginzenle daso dolja namla titato tuzewa chembe lamden zeba tang teknik de ge randang pinjen zewe dongal bashi ge titawe kapdire temba sangi jomden de ge tembe ningje ningbo jenge tsewa mebe chedang tseme shewe daje chatangwa tonyam so sheshen shanda dombaran zebe nyanda londar do chabe chede nyanda jenge nobile shide senda ge chembe senda gyada toma bulshen zebe zamlin chego yongge maje samba jikten dimba jikdan yang jikdo jikten shide teben chambora ngasol shen zobe sangge ge langara shebe doye lungi sembe bagwan paba lutub lasoba ketuba chewe tene pan nalende tenzin ke gejan tamba namge shishun nam jaga pabe yul zoro kurbe yutu kato tabe zeba tam zobe sangge ge sumbe tambe chege jejala tsende ge chadang dajube ge chadang chege chaje sumdo yawara tejeng semjan tamje dewa deba tang dungala mide patang dewa juba tang dungala selwe toptang yeba tang dewa juba tang dungala selwe niba yeba tang jebe kwane danyama yinbe na chulula madenbe sangje sajo kunla kabele jebe le jizo tang semzor sangje jige shenyang lopse lapshi zantin tenbe zejeng chulula madenbe sangje ge semjen jiyong ge deten duptoba tang lakbar to nangba sangge be chulo zemba tang chiro be chulo ka zemba so chulo tang miri ge yenje meba mi jizo ge deten dumnan zebe lapjen ge zeba she yin tang chulo kang dang yang gyabgal to mi zho xing chulo kang lang yang nyeba to ten mi ge ba nan sem ge rin tang ge shi ze tenbo she ding yue tablama shi dang zhuwa mi ye rin tang ge la ge be tapsuk lo zhong ge nanga ngo zhe zeba kang shi chulo ge so gen chita ba kang dang yang ma de wa sangje ya ge so dang dang dong nang xin ba ni zamlin kyen yong so zo ba qing nang pu zong zo ba dang shi de din nai so zhun nang zeba la na me ba yin te da la jing ge zeba shi bo de xin nang gyao zhou gun de zhu shi ba chen bo gyao wang tam je ken jen se ba chen bo zhou kwa ne nga na me be de jing ge chen nang ma de me do chung we zeba tang chen le ge cha xian nang天地给我跟给同学说，去吧这到那广播看看，你说出去给这把呀，跑吧他给确实路都讲，这把人民那边我操了，那把他他吧，南卡他杨先叫做他顶啥吧，人家多点来讲，当我来干完，俺除了今年别他们的，原来他大半年跑吧，那边讲这把他没事吧这，天就给他节约成了。帮到杨松这边大话，伢看话大不，说什么结果用给做给啥给别忙缺心吧，等你那， 접수만 되면 당에 초사배 신라나 매발라서 니바 파도 개와 멘탈게 남바라 샤바니 다신 섬전 탐제게 류롱제 투섬도 사배 개와 탐제 교르 제발에 중에 남바 라블링시 닌다 단제 내제 파다미 발조 탐제 다 개보 쳔베 선남게 단다시베 다게다 덴베 징게 랍샤라랑 개민단 쳔레게 권에 장 다시베 데서 저바 남바게다 콜레 교르에 결보 쳔보라 웨베 임보체 나덴다 예외 린젠된 대제 파다 pom바 상보선 포토만 참베 제마가 라서바 포토만 참바 탐제 마타와 메바 다비 뇌베 체게 인타 냠베게 신경 개발아 차베 돌타와 레량 대다비 괴베 통매도 캔생 걸와 제세 네바 제세도 네바 하단 제베 도와 탐제기 선남게 신안 탐바 강예 상계 당 창조 삼바 탐제기 어르신 자바라 자베 어버 탐바라 숨바 탐바라 개와 샤베 갈바 자토로 소신 샤바라 솔로 대바니 지게도 로변 시와네 진조네 도베 동아라 민진보 대와 탐제 중회네 담바니 다 고대당 제대 연례네 교로 제송바 따로 도와 사단 제베 팬데 말레바네 군겐 결례 담바 렘보체 코나라라 레징 결례 담바 개바양 덴쟁게 개보 탐바 남게 고대당 틀레라라 레베나 탱하 던조 토베 왕베 결탑 라나 마치바 강예 지르군겐 결례 담바 렘보체 초도 내가 군도 달신게라 유랭도 내버려 자외 제다 개바라 공보 강게 투마 마인베 돌자를 켜봐 다자 카와 레바 용게 탈당 윤게 편대 말레바 공보 초단 제소 도도 예베나 지게도 장근 현재 도저 정책에 로저게 대백 공보 초게 섭된 송대블레 사단 롬보 닌다 내게 바로 상송 파조 개베 장매간 주전 파조 개베 장매간 도제 틀어 심도 된수 솔로시 루메 도제 송게 된대 제대로 대바신 지대인데 저바 마동게 바로 대세도 구미시베 도제 미교외 용도 민노베 장전다라 강고 통화 등대 점된데 결라 차다 예베 오 샤베 대신도 라야랑 요 강전 정 하된 전배 초된 예베 상매강 포단 정보 보다래 미제 동에 대백 설계 대방 통보로 접소 다시 개가 원바로 끝에 시제 냠좀게 가산데 게게 별로로 솔로 대바단 잡직 탱내 손데 지게도 장조 톱장리다 메탈로쇼 제 송바다르 다소 돌자로 결바 남 개와네 개와 차라네 차라 탐제도 공보초다 남양 메탈와 제손 점버로쇼 세 솔로 대바라나 대대신도 샬게 셰베 도지 갈론 사모 다자 남게 조 대전 콜로 대베겐도 제네간 솔로 켄켄네 켄네 솔로 대제도 대바라
No.
In the background, we see people from the traditional three Tibetan provinces carrying the offerings as part of this long life prayer offering to His Holiness. And this is Changzi Chöje Rinpoche, Gozog Rinpoche. His Eminence Gozog Rinpoche offering a statue, crystal statue of Buddha to His Holiness. And Dai Situ Rinpoche making offering of turquoise rock to His Holiness the Dalai Lama. I think it's Ringu Rinpoche, Ringu Tugun, Ningma. This is a long life prayer to His Holiness written by the two late tutors, Gyabje Ling Rinpoche and Gyabje Trijang Rinpoche. And this is the representative, the head lama of the Burn tradition, making offering of the three representations of body, speech, and mind. His Holiness. Gama Chawala. Gada Chaye Du Midre Denda Tenzin Kyong Tutse Chen Yishi Chen Den Tenzon Daja Dongshu President of Central Tibetan Administration, Sikyong, Dr. Lobsang Singye making the offering of the mandala, the three representations of body, speech, and mind of Buddha. He receives blessings of His Holiness and makes his request. The Chief Justice of the CTA, Kagyu Tendrup, Honorable Kagyu Tendrup, and the This is a prayer to Guru Padmasambhava. The prayer spontaneously accomplishing one's wishes. We have the Nechung Oracle Medium, and the Oracle Medium of Nyenchen Tangla.
doje bege zenje yongla mare lobe zenje dembe nyamo doge zenje daje do do geje mebo doje.
And then the oracle medium, the lady, the two ladies. This one is from Ladakh, Kargil. From Balinge to Barachinga. Yumala, Sinjan Tamche, Yamo, Dungar. Me Nyamanchungnela so dev samba Tetsum never so dev
Samba Lenje Java Jenje Paye Nade Wenzo Nyobe Gajo Boyo Zoje Langana Jenye Tezo Mewa Zowa Uyen Jeda Nyembo Godon Je Chize Lana Jemba Tezo Me Uyen Bema June La Zowa Samba Lenje Java Jenje Lo Dasi Donde Dode Jewa Jen Donje Jebe Danla Jembe Yenye Tezo Sowa De Uyen Bawa Yinda Zomar Je Dobe Zenjen Jawa Tezo Me Uyen Bema June La Zowa Samba Lenje Java Jenje Lo Sojo Me Long Jure Bache Ge Gyule Yabo Jila Dobe Yenye Tezo Mewa Sowa De Uyen Jungwa Jeye Lamura Je Jungwa Ranzara Jewa Tezo Uyen Bema June La Sowa De Samba Lenje Java Jenje Lo Lanzan Jebe Danla Jebe Zeje Jabe Jembe Yenye Tezo Mewa Sowa De Uyen Chaja Jeye Gomba De Zora Mege Nganze Laba Uyen Bema June La Sowa De Samba Lenje Java Jenje Kanshe Sheme Moye Dawa Ne Zunja Nembe Deje Nyeba Na Yenye Tezo Mewa Sowa De Uyen Doje Godan Dem Shema Jeje Zunja Dawa Yu Uyen Bema June La Sowa De Samba Lenje Java Jenje Nanshi Chise Chiwe De Zhongze Neje Dongye Doje Nyeba Na Yenye Tezo Mewa Sowa De Uyen Nawa Daye Jeba De Dewa Jenje Jendo Nyeba Ye Uyen Bema June La Sowa De Samba Lenje Java Jenje Yule Yabo Jebe Badoro Jena Nyede Dongye Nyeba Na Yenye Tezo Mewa Sowa De Uyen Tezo Nyebe Doje Jena Ransar Java Tezo Me Uyen Bema June La Sowa De Samba Lenje Java Jenje Shenya Ledan Jingi Wangyo De Jena Ngobra Jenje Dongye Na Yenye Tezo Mewa Sowa Uyen De Jenje Ngobo De Dongye Java Jenje Uyen Bema June La Sowa De Samba Lenje Java Jenje Dodo Dongye Jembe Nyeba Na Gyewa Bege Jemba Dongye Na Dege Mebe Dojo Jabo Ye Yenye Tezo Mewa Sowa Uyen Doje Boja Mewa Ze Uyen Bema June La Sowa Samba Samba Lunge Drobo Chinge Lo Tutu Dunge Chimbe Nyeba Na Geba Peke Jemba Dunge Na Teke Mebe Dongjo Drabo Yenye Tezo Meba Sowa De Uyen Doje Bogyo Meba Se Uyen Bema Jone La Sowa Samba Lunge Drobo Chinge Lo Tutu Dunge Chimbe Nyeba Na Geba Peke Jemba Dunge Teke Mebe Dongjo Drabo Yenye Tezo Meba Sowa De Uyen Bema Jone La Sowa Samba Lunge Drobo Chinge Lo Tezon Sanje Guru Rinpo Che Mura Gonda Dewa Jembe Baje Gunse Tendo Trabe Ze Sowa Tezo Chinge La Doze China Same Baje Shiva Da Samba Lunge Drobo Chinge Lo Tezon Sanje Guru Rinpo Che Mura Gonda Dewa Jembe Baje Gunse Tendo Trabe Ze Sowa Tezo Chinge La Doze China Same Baje Shiva Samba Lunge Drobo Chinge Lo Tezon Sanje Guru Rinpo Che Mura Gonda Dewa Jembe Baje Gunse Tendo Trabe Ze Sowa Tezo Chinge La Doze China Same Baje Shiva Samba Lunge Drobo Chinge Lo Chadong Gole Gyue Gyeba Don Jendong Gyeba Sanje Don Gala Gande Dela Dede Zumba Jere Zelo Jewa
Good. Yeah, that's it. And Gusung Rogu, Taja, Pe, Shuman, Gigi, Shishi, Chusu, Shuyu the Java, Tang. Asian do Samion Nesta. Asian do Dakanda.
Tibetan deities. Sorry. So there are Tibetan Dharma protectors such as Dema Chunyi and so forth, who were bound by oath to protect their teaching during the King Tisung Detsen's time, and then Marchin Pomra and others who are the indigenous deities of Tibet. So the people from the 3 traditional provinces of Tibet and the major Tibetan Buddhist, Tibetan spiritual traditions, together with the deities, have made this Tenshuk long life prayer offering. I would like to thank you all. I became sick some time ago, and many people inside and outside, not only Tibetans, but also people from around the world, were concerned about me, and there were many from China proper as well who felt concerned about my health. So with your unwavering faith and your commitment and spiritual bond with me, you prayed for me. I would like to thank you all. Of course, when karma is something that if you have not created a karma, you will not suffer the consequence, and you will not suffer a karma of which you have not created the cause. So some karma which somebody else has done will not be ripened upon you, but because of family relationship and also spiritual connection between Lama and disciples, and also because of being from the same, having the connection, financial connection within the family, there is, when you make prayers to one another, it has its effect. And so those who have prayed for me, you have not done it as some kind of a acting superficial, but you have done it sincerely, and therefore it will have, your prayers have its own effect, and there are many prayers that were done, so it's quite sure that it has its effect and power. So I would like to thank you all for your prayers. So I cannot talk about past lives, my past incarnations, but in this life, having become a monk and having pursued the teaching of the Buddha, studying, and as Rinpoche himself has said towards the end of the praise to the Buddha for teaching dependent origination, so having followed the teaching of the Buddha, I have done quite a lot of study, and because of this study that I have done, I have felt special faith in the 17 Nalanda masters. In the past, we only had the 6 ornaments and 2 sublime masters, in which masters like Bhaviveka, Chandrakirti, Haribhadra, Vimukti Sena, and so forth were not included. So these 17 Nalanda masters who lived in the past, so if I praised and actually raised the status of these 17 Nalanda masters, there's nothing I gain from it, but if you really study their writings, you can actually see how you can help raise awareness of the teaching of the Buddha. So though I have not done much study, but I have studied the classic, the great treatises, and even today I do read them and study them even today. So having become a monk, following after you, the Buddha, and also pursued the study and having become a yogi pursuing the path. And so since my childhood I had interest in the view of emptiness, and I have really given serious thought on this topic. And my as debate assistant Gen Ngutup Tsoknyi, with whom I have done lots of discussions. Should I boast about something here? So this verse in the praise to the Buddha for, so he actually held his fingers like this, and he said this verse was very difficult, which says, So he really complained about finding it very difficult to comprehend the meaning of this verse, which says, because of the reason of dependent origination, you do not rely on the extremes. So if Nguru Tsongi were still alive, I would be able to offer him an offering of my practice. And Gyabje Ling Rinpoche, when I once related in connection with the second Dalai Lama, Gendun Gyatso's songs of view, experience of the view, I actually reported to my experience of emptiness to my tutor Gyabje Ling Rinpoche, and Ling Rinpoche told me that before long you will become a space yogi, meaning someone who has gained insight into the emptiness. So because Chögyam Lama Rinpoche also had said, because of the blessings of many of his teachers, he was able to actually move his tongue to speak about emptiness. So when you understand emptiness well, and also the luminous nature of the mind, and so and also it gives some better understanding of the insight into bodhicitta. And so with regard to bodhicitta, I found my mind transform on the basis of Bodhisattva Charya Avatara by Shantideva. Since I received teaching on it in 1967 from Kundalini Lama Rinpoche Tenzin Gyaltsen, so I have actually applied the teaching. So since I received teaching on this from Kundalini Lama Rinpoche Tenzin Gyaltsen, with regard to this view of emptiness, the profound emptiness, and also the extensive path of bodhicitta, the method aspect of the path, and so forth, I have been able to gain some experience and also relate and share it with others. So I can see that this is really beneficial to others. So on a daily basis, I generate bodhicitta and meditate on. And as it is said, all suffering in the world come from wishing oneself to be happy, and all happiness in the world come from wishing others to be happy. And unless you exchange your own joy and happiness with the suffering with others, suffering of others, you live alone, reaching Buddhahood. Even in samsara, you will not reach, have happiness in samsara. And also, as the prayers in Bodhisattva Charya Avatara says, may I be sustenance to the multitude of beings like those of the space, the elements. And as long as space remains, I sincerely make this prayer. As long as space remains, as long as sentient beings remain, may I too abide to dispel the miseries of transmigrators. So in this life, I feel that I have been able to serve the Tibetan people and the Tibetan spiritual tradition, and also other people, how this altruistic state of mind helps oneself and others. So because of my conviction in this, I talk about this to everybody, everywhere. that this brings peace of mind and happiness. As Shantideva says, if you are not able to, if you don't exchange or switch your own joy and happiness with the suffering of others, live alone, reaching Buddhahood, even in samsara, you will not have happiness. And so if you look at the world, you see how people are actually creating lots of problems to one another. Of course, animals, the wild animals like tigers and so forth, they kill other animals. When they're hungry, they do that, but not to the scale that human beings cause so much harm to one another. This human intelligence, instead of using it for positive, constructive purposes, people are using it as and making themselves like servants of under the influence of the negative emotions, and cause lots of problems, even to the extent of killing one another. So we are at a very sad situation in the world today, and therefore altruism is very necessary in today's world. So the philosophical teachings of the 17 Nalanda masters are also very important, following the Buddha's own statements, O monks and scholars. Just as gold is tested by burnishing, etc. Likewise, you should examine my teaching. So the Buddha says, his disciples should not just believe in what he has said, but do critical analysis and investigation through reason and logic, and experiment. And through these means, once you find some conviction, then experiment his teaching. And so it's only the Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha himself alone, who has said so amongst the many different founding teachers of different religious traditions. So some of the Theravada monks I know, so the first sermon of the Buddha was on the Four Noble Truths. The philosophical import of it is the Four Noble Truths, and then when it comes to practicing, the 37 factors or aids of enlightenment were taught. And then what is meant by the true cessation and what is the means of that leads to that true cessation. What is that true path? Is it possible to attain nirvana or not? So we're not just saying that, oh, this is possible because the Buddha said so. And you have to actually establish this truth through reason, and that's why it's taught in the perfection of wisdom teachings, the second turning of the wheel of Dharma. And today the people of the Pali tradition also pay attention to the using reason as well. So regarding the teaching of the Buddha, the Four Noble Truths, and there are 16 aspects or attributes which are really amazing. But if you only rely merely on scriptural citation, and it would be like chewing on something without teeth. But the Sanskrit tradition,
Sanskrit tradition did lay on 디 나라에네 롱samla 겹치고 뭐인 봐. 리퀘 주야지.
So Sanskrit tradition not only resorts to scriptural citations but also use reason and logic. Like Master Nagarjuna uses lots of reasoning in his Mula Madhyamaka Karika, and Aryadeva, his disciple too, does that. And then with regard to using logic and reasoning, emphatically we have the Master Dignaka and Dharmakirti. And so these two masters are like the masters who have given us teeth to chew on even very hard matters. So the Buddha taught the first sermon, and then the second turning. And together with this, along with that, we also come across that of logic and epistemology. And then the third turning, which teaches about the subjective clear-light mind, and that connects us to that of the Tantrayana. So Gungdan Rinpoche has said that the three turnings of the wheel of Dharma are like the progressively climbing a mountain. So the first turning of the wheel of Dharma leads us to a certain stage, and then the second turning emphasizes the true cessation and true path, and then when you reach the third turning, it emphasizes mainly that of the subtle mind of true path, wherein there is also this third turning makes differentiation between the subtle and gross states of mind. In the beginning, when the Buddha became enlightened, he said, I have found this nectar-like Dharma, which is profound, peaceful, free from elaborations, and luminous and unconditioned. So the first two words, profound and peaceful, refer to the first turning of the wheel of Dharma, which shows how we are led into the samsara through the origin of suffering, giving rise to that of the origin, the true suffering, and how to get out of this cycle of existence through the path and attaining true cessation. And so with regard to the peacefulness, to demonstrate it through reason, we have the second turning of the wheel of Dharma, which is shown by the freedom from elaboration, and luminosity and unconditioned refer to the third turning of the wheel of Dharma, the third wheel, which is mainly the source of the source sutra of the Mahayana Uttara Tantra, where there is teaching on the Buddha nature through the 9 analogies or examples. And so we can see how the teaching of the Buddha can be understood as a progression from the first to the third turning of the wheel of Dharma. So we can understand as the intelligence and understanding of the disciples deepen further and further, the Buddha gave deeper and deeper teachings, progressing from the first to the second to the third wheel of Dharma. So since there is the Sanskrit tradition emphasizes reason to establish the meaning, of course, for the obvious things, we don't need to reason out things, but on the basis of what is perceptually cognized, we use reason to see those which are slightly obscure or hidden phenomena. And when you are able to see the Buddha as an authoritative person, as a reliable person, by understanding emptiness and so forth, And then you'll be able to also see that the very obscure or the extremely hidden phenomena, although are hidden from us for now, I mean, once you find the Buddha through reason to be a reliable person, you can also see these teachings of the Buddha pertaining to the very hidden ones to be also reliable. And so this is something that we also have experienced in our day-to-day life. So the science mainly deals with the obvious phenomena, the manifest ones. So in our tradition, there is the manifest phenomena, the slightly hidden, and the very hidden phenomena. And so when we do discussions and dialogues with the modern scientists, we are able to actually learn there's a mutual learning between us. We learn from them, they learn from us. And so the instructions of the Buddha, which were made clear to us as if giving eye to us by the 17 Nalanda masters. So in this life,